Trade Luka Doncic in the middle of the biggest contract extension season of all time? Wrong move. Pair Luka Doncic with the most rabid fan base in the history of basketball, which is the Los Angeles Lakers. Wrong move. Fat shame Luka Doncic into losing what's reported now 31 pounds in the offseason. Yeah, Luka might be on demon time. We're gonna talk about this video today in the Lit House. How Luka Doncic, as he prepares to take on Germany tomorrow with his Slovenia national team, while he might be on a revenge tour for the ages, the NBA might have messed up. Make sure y'all run the likes up, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You're in the house of the mighty Lit. Disrespect and more disrespect. That's all Luka Doncic has had since he entered the league in 2018. Being traded on draft night by the Atlanta Hawks for Trae Young. In his extension year, 24-25, where he was supposed to get $300 million, the Dallas Mavericks, for whatever reason, whatever kind of shenanigans they had, decided to trade him from the Dallas Mavericks, the face of the franchise, the heir apparent to Dirk Nowitzki, to the Los Angeles Lakers. All alleged collusion aside, Luka Doncic has been disrespected on a level that I don't think we've seen from this level of a superstar in a long, long time. But I'm here to tell y'all today, ladies and gentlemen, Luka Doncic is taking names, and he's got a photographic memory, and he's coming for revenge this year. Look at his footage from training camp and practice from his Slovenia national team as they get ready to prepare for Germany. He slimmed down, per reports, 31 pounds. In an offseason of uncertainty surrounding a player like LeBron James, and will he remain with the Lakers? It is clear now, for the first time in 5 years, that the Lakers have a new face of the franchise, and that's Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic has not been this slim, this fit, and this ready for action in the offseason since his sophomore year, where he put up staggering numbers of 28 points a game and 10 assists. Now, I can already hear you. Yeah, but it's the Lakers. And the Lakers love to, glorify anything they do in the offseason and talk about winning championships in the offseason. Well, when you have 17 plus, I think that's something we can give them grace on. Lakers. But with that being said, I think this new Luka Doncic is a Luka Doncic that is motivated by what happened to Dallas, what happened in Dallas, with him being traded for Anthony Davis. I think he feels like he's been disrespected. And I look forward to this offseason where he's playing with the Slovenia national team, looking to see if he can restore to his old form when he was running around with this light weight on him and not looking like he's carrying a burden. People talk about last season with Luka Doncic like it was some sort of horrible run for Luka. But if you look at his numbers, once again, it was right around par, almost at 29 points a game and damn near 9 assists a game. So as much as we've been critical of Luka and his shape, because I've been critical as well, and the way that he take care of his body during the season and the off season, we have to really start to look at the dedication it took this off season to get his body to this shape. And I ask ourselves the question, if Luka was doing this 30 plus pounds, what is he gonna look like in a fully healthy offseason where he's active, he's in shape, he's on the cover of Men's Health, he's looking like he's ready to go, he's gonna be playing competitively overseas? What should we be expecting from Luka in this coming season? I think he's personally motivated by all the disrespect he's hearing in the NBA. The fact that you would trade someone as the Dallas Mavericks as big big as Luka is, runner-up for MVP multiple years, the Grim Reaper to the LA Clippers, that wonderful team that was Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and all of those guys, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams. Really, Luka was the one that put the nail in their coffin. Because every time he sees them, it's a 30-plus night in the playoff. That was a guy that they say lacked motivation. That was a guy that lacked discipline. That was a guy that lacked determination to keep his body in shape. Now you got a guy that's coming off this offseason after being slighted out of his $300 million deal that he earned, and you can debate that all you want, but he earned that money. And he gets underhanded by the new owners of the Dallas Mavericks. Now he's in LA and he's forced to sign a $150 million deal for 3 years. This is a guy that I think is pissed off and revved up and ready to go. And to me, I think people are underestimating how much that slights and negativity can motivate an already great player into the Mount Rushmore level of greatness. If you look at Luka closely last year, there were several times where it did seem like he may have been laboring a little bit because he was not in the greatest of shape. I think back to the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Times where we needed Luka to be Luka Magic, where we needed him to be Luka Legend, he just didn't have that second gear or third gear to really take over games. He had a few games here and there where he was dominant and an unstoppable force, but it just felt like at certain parts of that series, in certain parts of game, the athleticism that the Minnesota Timberwolves threatened him with was too much for Luka, especially in the condition that he was in, to come up with counter moves and be able to keep up with the pacing and the 94 feet of defense that the Minnesota Timberwolves were throwing up against him. With the way that he's looking this offseason and the way that he's been slighted, I don't think that's going to be a problem this year. I think you're going to see a Luka Doncic that is coming into a season knowing that the premier franchise in basketball, the home of Magic Johnson, the home of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the home of Big Shot James Worthy, the home of the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant, the home of Shaquille O'Neal, the home of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, is now his home. Not only his home, he is the undisputed face of the franchise. I think in retrospect, as much as the Dallas situation was an obvious slight to keep Luka from getting his money, it may end up being a blessing in disguise. No offense to my Dallas Mavericks fans, but it's one thing to be the face of the Dallas Mavericks. It's a whole nother thing to be the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka, even though slighted last year, is presented now with a rare opportunity where certain stars have started their careers with other teams, but once they went on to the Los Angeles Lakers, they took off in ways that we could not see. As we continue to discuss this though, please make sure you all hit that like button, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and think about becoming a channel member. As soon as the regular season starts, we'll be giving away all kind of prizes and all kind of gifts. So make sure you guys sign up today, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. If you want to be a part of those giveaways, you'll have to be a channel member to put your name down in the raffle. So make sure you become a channel member today, hit that subscribe button and that like button. Back to the topic again. Luka Doncic is in a rare space of a star that was slighted by another team and gets an opportunity on the premier franchise in the NBA. Think Lou Alcindor, now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, started his NBA career with the Milwaukee Bucks, won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks, ended his career as arguably the greatest player of all times, but also the greatest player in Lakers history. If that's not enough for you, think Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal started off with the Orlando Magic, was the staple of the Orlando Magic. They drafted Penny Hardaway Orlando started to try to play funny with the money. They didn't want to go into a luxury tax situation, being a extension team in the NBA, and they decided to let Jerry West come in and negotiate with Shaquille O'Neal, and they ended up with the Shaquille O'Neal with the Los Angeles Lakers. He ended up becoming the face of that three-peat with him and Kobe being Bryant and that classic 2000s runs of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now that baton has been passed to LeBron James, who brought one championship. Now it's being passed on to Luka Doncic. Now that responsibility to keep the Lakers at their pinnacle of 40 years of greatness has been passed on from LeBron James to Luka Doncic. I'm going to be watching Luka very closely and covering here on this channel, The Lit House, him playing overseas with the Slovenian national team. Starting tomorrow with the Germany game against the once and often menace that is Dennis Schrader. Look, y'all might have a lot of jokes about Dennis Schrader when it comes to the NBA and how he bounced around and potentially blew the biggest bag he would ever have with the Los Angeles Lakers. But ask around overseas. When it comes to FIBA play, Dennis Schroeder is that guy. His team just won the World Championship the year before the Olympics. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for Luka Doncic and his Slovenian teammates. I'm going to get a good glimpse, and we'll all get a good glimpse on what's Luka's mindset going into the upcoming NBA season. If we see Luka out there trying to dominate and play smart, he's playing faster, he looks like he's in better shape during this FIBA offseason, can you imagine what a motivated Luka Doncic is going to look like when it comes time to lace him up in October and November for the Los Angeles Lakers? I'm telling you, man, a lot of people are sleeping on what Luka's about to do with this league. I think with the offseason acquisitions of DeAndre Ayton, a guy that's going to be playing for his NBA career, basically out here in Los Angeles, and the team making more and more moves that are okayed by Marcus Smart, I feel as though they asked for Luka. Hey, man, this is your team. You're the captain of the ship now. LeBron is on his swan song. He might be on his way out, but you're the guy. What we need from you is for you to come in the best shape and be a leader. And I think in return, they're allowing Luka Doncic to really put his fingerprints on what he needs as far as the Lakers roster going forward. So make sure you guys stick around and listen and look for the coverage here in the Lit House on Luka Doncic during this FIBA season. We'll be giving them all the updates. We'll be showing you highlights. We'll be telling you how Luka looks. And when the regular season comes, you better believe we're going to be covering those Lakers. I'm not one of the ones that disrespected Luka Doncic. I'm not one of the ones that doesn't believe in Luka's greatness. A lot of people feel like Luka is a product of some system. But just like I said in my previous video, y'all go check that out right now. It's available on the channel. LaMelo Ball, the glitch in the Matrix. Just like I said on that video, I think Luka Doncic is not the type of guy that you put into a system. He's the type of guy you build your entire system around. But y'all let me know what y'all think down there in the comment section below. Do y'all feel like Luka is on revenge season and is he about to be a problem in the league and the NBA shouldn't have did what they did to him? Or do you feel as though that Luka Doncic is going to be the same old, he'll lose his weight now, but eventually he'll get back to what they call his horrible ways that caused a divorce from him and the Dallas Mavericks? Y'all let me know down there in the comment section below. And please remember to share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. You're in the house of the mighty, mighty Luka.